Hey everybody, Somber The Loltano here, back for another video game review. Today we're going to be talking about the hit role-playing action RPG game Persona 5, developed by Mega Man Studios. It originally released back in 2016 for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, though just a few months ago it saw a new release under the name Persona 5 Royal. So we're just going to be talking about the game, what you can expect if you're going to buy it, and if it's going to be worth your money. And at the end we'll give a numbered review from 1 to 10, or 0 to 10 actually. So first off, let's talk about what kind of game this is. Now, don't be fooled by the gameplay trailers or gameplay videos that say this is a turn-based combat kind of game. It's not. The game is 10% turn-based combat and 90% dating simulator. So if you want to save money on a PlayStation and a $60 Japanese RPG game, just go buy Hunipop or another dating simulator kind of game. If you're looking at any other reviews, you're gonna see a lot of probably very high ratings for this game, like 5 out of 5s, 10s out of 10s, 95% of Google users liked it. So I have to go against the grain here a bit when I say that this game is not worth your money. This is not worth buying. It is not a good game, and it's very misleading. Like I mentioned before, turn-based combat is on the side burner compared to the high school dating simulator. Now, I don't know who this game is trying to appeal to. You just simulate living in high school. It's like those simulator games where like you drive a tractor or a train conductor simulator or farming simulator. It's like that, but for high school. So it's worse than all the other ones. It's worse than every other simulator game out there. Who would want to simulate living and being a high school student? Now, maybe for little baby 12-year-olds who haven't experienced high school yet, but if you're past high school or you're currently in high school, I don't know why you'd ever want to live that again. So, what do you actually do in this game? The story is that you form a group of guys, a bunch of thieves, kind of like Robin Hood, who instead of stealing money, no, they definitely do steal money. They steal a lot of money from monsters. Actually, let's get into that real quick. If you're attacking a monster, sometimes you'll get a dialogue option with the monster. You could either kill them, take their soul so that you can use their character, or you could take money from them. And if I were to make any recommendation, definitely take money from them. And you can just keep taking money from them until they get mad and attack you again because they don't like that you're asking for so much. But it's a high risk, high reward kind of game styling. Like I was getting at, you play as the Phantom Thieves who steal money from innocent poor people. They go into their cognition and they change their cognition to take money from them or something. Now you can play as 4 main characters, Joker, Ryuji, Morgana, and Ann. And then there are 10 side characters which you can also play, but I don't know why you would play them ever, because they're not good. So you got Futaba, Futaba, who is a gamer, and I don't really want to say anything bad about her because I feel like she might actually have something wrong with her. She actually speaks, like if Twitch chat was a real person, that's pretty much who Futaba is. She says words like kek in real life conversations, so we can leave it at that. You got Makoto, who is the typical high school honor student. Probably see her at your local National Honor Society, who make you wait and miss the 4:10 bus to attend a 10-minute meeting where they just update you on what's going on with the National Honor Society again for every single week. It's a waste of time. I hate Makoto. You got Haru, who is, I'm assuming, has a really large brain. I couldn't find any other explanation for why her forehead is so absurdly large, but she's pretty cool. You got Akechi, who you actually can't play. He wears gloves like a little loser boy, and nobody likes him. You got, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Oh, Yusuke. He likes art. I don't know what he does. I don't think he really does anything. And then you got Joker, Morgana, An, and Ryuji, who are the 4 actual main characters that you can play. And should play. Now, let's talk about if this game is worth your money. A lot of reviews will tell you it is 100% worth getting. It is possibly one of the longest games out there for its genre, and maybe as a game as a whole. They say it's 100 to 150 hours minimum, so it's definitely worth getting. Now, a simple counter argument I would make to that is the world record speedrun is 16 hours. 16 hours. What happened to 100 to 150 hours minimum when somebody can beat the game in 16 hours? And 16 hours of high school dating simulator and 1 hour of turn-based combat. And to be honest, I feel like maybe high school dating simulator might actually be more fun than turn-based combat. I feel like commuting to work might be more fun than turn-based combat. Sitting and watching paint dry is more fun than turn-based combat. As for the main story, it's not bad. It's a little bit generic. You just steal money from people and enter people's cognitions to try and change them into better people. But that concept has been done many times before. Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Persona 3, 4, 2, and 1, and Persona 5 Scramble. I don't know what that is. I hope they're working on a Persona 6. I asked Sony if they could port it to the PC anytime, and they won't respond to me. So I don't really like that guy that much. Sony kind of sucks. What else about the game? I feel like I've kind of gone over most of it. But what I will say and give compliments to is the music. The music in this game sucks. It's garbage. It is, imagine you were stuck in an elevator for like 10 days. That's what the soundtrack is. But besides that, I guess I could give some props to the character designs, the outfits, the story is okay, the music is pretty good. It's a pretty fresh take on the JRPG genre. The art style is actually very unique. It's a lot of reds and blacks, kind of like a deck of cards, I guess, is what I would compare it to. It's really interesting, and it's a really bold, unique visual style for the game, which is why it's so bad and uninspired. So, plugging this into the Sombra meter, I'm looking at a nice 50%, or wait, we're on a 1 to 10 scale. It's looking like a strong 4 to a light 7. Somewhere in between there in that range. You can't really compare it to its predecessors because it's an entirely new game. You can't really compare it to Heath Ledger's Joker because they're trying to do 2 different things. Now keep in mind this review is coming from someone who has never played Persona 5 before, but I don't think that should weigh into your opinion on this review by any means.